Hello, Capricorn. This is Art Kozak for Art Kozak Tarot, and this is your March 2020 Wheel of Fortune reading. The Wheel of Fortune is a reading designed specifically to let you know where your opportunities lie for the coming month. And so this can have to do with your goals that you're trying to pursue, whether they're romantic goals, physical, financial goals, professional goals, whatever they might be, but also the opportunities that the world, the universe, however you construe it, has for you. And these are circumstances that you may or may not see coming. These are things for you to look out for. And hopefully I'm also going to be giving you some information on how best to pursue those opportunities and what some of the results might be. So the first thing I have to say to you today, Capricorn, is that for the coming month, at least with respect to the things that are on the table for you, so to speak, is that you are in it to win it. You have a real winning attitude this coming month. You are in it to, you want to win, you know that you're capable, you are looking for victories in life, and you want those clear victories, okay? You want the victories plus the recognition thereof. And that is a good, having a, just generally winning attitude is a very good one from which to start. One of the first things I can tell you is that you are going to be dealing with a person, and this is one of the few options on the table here that has to do specifically with your social life and another person. So this may be a romantic situation for some of you, but this may also involve another person in your life, a family member, someone in your workplace. But this is a female figure. It's represented by the Queen of Cups, and the Queens may or may not in actual life represent a male or a female. The part may be played by a male, but in this situation, very strongly, I'm intuitively picking up a female figure, a very feminine female figure, someone who has a great deal of emotion, but also a great deal of emotional wisdom and emotional control. So this is someone who you may know as very kind, very sweet, but most of the time, but also potentially very formidable if they decide to not be on your side in some way. And this person, when dealing with this person, you may find yourself in a situation where there's some kind of a conflict or a potential conflict with this person, okay? And again, if this is a romantic situation that you're in, this may be, I don't see this as necessarily being a breakup, but this may be a situation in which some boundaries have to be set, okay? If you see this in your life, no, the advice that the cards are giving you is to not hold back in your evaluation of this person, of the situation, of their motivations, of the effects of their behavior in your life, okay? Trust your own evaluation of those things. Rely on your own judgment and stand by it. Because, again, I'm seeing some kind of a situation in which boundaries are going to have to be set. And this is going to involve potentially a kind of a battle, a win-loss battle. And by win-loss, I mean you're going to win a little bit and you're going to lose a little bit as a result of it. Okay? But the advice, and you do have a winning attitude, so I don't see this as something you're going to shy away from. And again, I don't necessarily see this as a relationship ending situation, but it is one in which clear boundaries are going to have to be set, and a battle is going to have to be fought. So don't shy away from it. Trust your own judgment. That's what the cards have to say. You also have, and you may already know a little bit about this one, you also have the opportunity coming up in March to take on some big task, probably some big physical task. And because it's springtime, this may be, if you're an athlete, you may be running a marathon. Okay, it's that kind of a thing. If you have the opportunity to work on your home, to improve your home, then have some huge task there that it's going to involve a lot of hard effort, you have the opportunity to get this done in the coming month. And the advice the cards are giving you here, and I see this as something, the reason I say it's something you may already know about is because it is a big challenge, but it's a challenge that I don't see you backing down from at all. In fact, it's one you may be looking forward to. The advice the cards have for you is to put your energy into it. Get it done quick, okay? This may involve working with other people. It may involve communicating with other people, have some other people on your team. It may not, but it's going to invite the advice the cards are giving you is to get it done quick. Just put that frenetic kind of energy into it. And so, for those of you who may be running a marathon in March or something along those lines, have some athletic, physical competition, whatever, or some big physical task, whatever it is. Whenever you wake up that morning, you may be feeling your full energy. You probably got a good night's sleep. You probably got a good healthy breakfast, and you're ready to go. You're raring to go. Well, just let it out. Let all that energy out. Pour all that energy into that task, because if you do, you are going to complete this task to a degree and on a level that you didn't know you could. Okay, you're going to come in. I see a clear victory for you. This is represented by the World card. And as far as completions of tasks are concerned, that's the best that you can get. If you're working on your home, say, or you're gonna step back at the end of the day, and you are going to be amazed at how well everything came together. If you are in a physical competition, I would not be surprised if you placed a little bit higher than you expected yourself to, by putting your energy into it and just letting that frenetic energy that you've got inside you flow and channeling it all into that. There is another circumstance here, and this is kind of an enigmatic one, and I'm going to do my best to translate it for you, but I think this is something that intuitively, and just the way the cards are laid out, this is going to be kind of a surprise, okay? There's going to be some kind of a surprise come your way, and it's represented by the Empress card, and the Empress is the emperor, the goddess mother, the Queen Hera of the tarot deck. And this is a very strong energy in the springtime because it has to do with growth, it has to do with abundance, it has to do often with house and home, but comfort and opulence. It has to do with physical, sometimes even physical wealth. But growth, abundance, there is a matronly like energy to it, vein to it. And the reason I'm speaking again in general terms is I think this is whatever the circumstance is, it's going to be a surprise for you. And the universe, the gods, the world, however you construe it, wants it to be a surprise for you. So I can only tell you so much. And it's going to cause you some anxiety. Like when you are met, even with your winning attitude that you have, you are going to be met with some serious stress by this whenever it falls in your lap, or whenever the mother-in-law shows up at your door, which that may in fact be what it is. However this shakes out, you're going to feel some stress and some anxiety, but at the end of the day, what you're going to be feeling is your freedom. Okay, you're going to have a new sense of freedom come about because of this situation. Again, I can only tell you so much because I think this is something that the universe wants to be a surprise for you, but it has to do with a strong, nurturing, matronly energy. It has to do with you being really stressed out by being met with that energy. And then at the end of the day, again, feeling your freedom, being set free. And if anything, you're going to be set free from the anxiety first and foremost. So don't let that deter you, okay? Don't let the stress involved with this situation deter you. This is springtime, and it's beautiful. Well, depending on where you are and how much the weather is cooperating, this is a beautiful time to be outside, and March is going to be a very good time for you to take some time outside, whether it's physically going outside, or going on a trip. If spring break is coming up for you, I know spring break is coming up for some of the younger viewers, for people in college. You may have the opportunity to go on kind of a traditional party spring break. If you do, take it, whatever this opportunity is, a weekend in the sun, a weekend getaway. And I do see this involving another person, okay, at least one other person. So this may be something you're doing with a partner. You're spending a day with a partner, or with a romantic partner, or with a group of people. You're out playing volleyball, going to the beach, whatever it is, do that. That's going to be very good for you. And the main advice that the cards have for you with regards to this situation is just abandon all stress. Just let all the stress go. Relax. Let yourself completely relax. And, um, you know, use your higher judgment, use your best judgment, but don't be too afraid to let your inhibitions go along with your stress. Entirely relax, because if you do that, you are going to be met. You're going to have a reciprocal exchange with the other people around you, with the universe, with the people that you're at. If it's spring break, you're going somewhere, you're going to party, you're going to find people around you, and you let yourself completely relax, you're going to find people around you who are happy to relax with you, who are happy to have you there. People are going to be nice to you when you're nice to them. Every bit of effort that if you are with a partner, this is a very good time if you are in a romantic situation to take some time with your partner, because there is a strong reciprocation between yourself. Every bit of good that you give out, you're going to be getting good back. Getting good back, especially on the physical plane. So this is a good time for that as well. Now, last thing I have to talk to you about, maybe a little bit difficult as well. Maybe another challenge is going to be a death take place, and I don't necessarily mean, and I really don't mean a physical death. Physical death is so rare, and the rarity of it, and it's represented by the death card in the tarot here, but the death card does not necessarily represent physical death, and when it does, there are other conditions that should be on the table as well that I am not seeing. However, there's something in your life, a relationship, a circumstance, a job, something that's going to go away. And what I'm here to tell you is that you are well defended. Okay, you are well defended against that. And I don't just mean that you are able to fend it off. I mean from the heart. It's not, you may grieve, but the grieving isn't going to kill you. Okay, this may be something that you're already prepared for as well. This may be something that you already kind of see coming, but it may not. I see you by the end of this getting to a place where you're able to dream again. This is a very quick cycle as far as endings are concerned in our lives, because the concept with regards to the conclusion of this event has to do with that time that many of us may be familiar with regards to romantic relationships. When we break up with something, or we get our hearts broken, a relationship ends, and then we go through our grieving period, however we do that, and we get over it. And on the day we get over it, we find ourselves just kind of out of the blue beginning to dream again, beginning to daydream about what the possibilities might be. Well, this thing in my life is gone, and I might have loved it. This might be something you didn't love, okay? This might be something you're not too partial to, but even if it is, the thing in your life is gone, and you're well defended against that, so you're going to go through this quickly, and you find yourself at a place where now you're able to imagine, well, now with this new freedom and this new place in my, this new room that I have in my life, there are all these possibilities. What could the next possibility be? Or the many next possibilities be? So this is a good one for you. It may not be good immediately, but this is something that's going to, again, I'll keep reiterating this, put you in a place where you are able to dream again. And I think by the end of this month overall, because you have this winning attitude and because that's what's going to be on your mind, by the end of the month, however many of these opportunities that you pursue or that come to you, you are going to be in a place where you are able to count your victories. You're going to be able to look back and say, wow, I won this, I got that accomplished. You know what? I faced this challenge, but it turned out well. I faced it as well as any human being ever could, and I faced that test of character. You're going to be able to count your victories by the end of this month. So I wish you a happy month, and I thank you again for being here. For those of you who would like to support the channel, there is a link to our Patreon page in the description below. I thank you for your comments, for your likes, and your subscribes, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.